This video is sponsored by Sugo Toys. Hey guys, welcome back to Zonic's channel. It's been a long time since I've done any Robot Damacy videos. When you see a carton box like this, you know it's a Robot Damacy and it's from Premium Bandai. Today, we got the Robot Damacy Ghost Gundam. For those of you that don't want to buy with an expensive price or you simply have no access to order, Bandai already announced the XGUZ Ghost Gundam. Obviously, it's shared with Phantom Gundam. It's boring to look at the carton box, so let's quickly introduce our main character of the day. Now, what you're seeing is our main character of today's video, Ghost Gundam. Honestly, this box art somehow reminds me of comic panels like the Marvel Comics, and it's like this box art came straight out of a page. I like the beam effects, the charging pose, explosions, and stars around the galaxy background. First, when you look at the side of the box, you'll see the usual Robot Damacy format, a front and back view on the side. The top and bottom got the name, and it has a cool head close-up and the MMO sample image. On the back of the box, the usual format of Robot Damacy, again with a lot of pictures and a small paragraph of info. I really like the design on the back of the box. The purple and the outline really created a feeling of mystery and cool. I guess you could say it fits the name of Ghost. You got 3 items in the box, a menu and 2 main items. The first one is Ghost Gundam along with accessories and some effect parts. The second one is more effects with 2 face options. That's pretty much it, so we'll move on to the review. Before we start, please allow me to introduce the sponsor of today's video, Sugo Toys. They've been a long time partner with this channel, and I just want to say thanks for the awesome Robot Damacy. They got more than just Robot Damacy and action figures. If you need Gunpla or third parties, they got those covered too. Oh, you want something fancy? Yeah, they got Metal Build and Hot Toys for you. Go ahead and take a look. It's basically a fun land for collectors and builders. They do international shipping too, so it's more than just in Australia. Head over to sugotoys.com.au to learn more, or you can just follow them on social media. Back to the review. I'm kinda surprised this time. Bandai used the best silver in my opinion. I really hate to see chrome plated finish. I prefer this matte glossy feeling. Another surprise thing is I have different Robot Damacy in my backlog. Ghost Gundam somehow has a decent QC this time. There's no obvious chipping or bubble paints. Even the num marks are cleaned quite well. It amazed me a lot. Just like the usual drill, we are gonna start with the head. Ghost Gundam has the same design on the head like the Phantom Gundam. Now, although I haven't built my own XGUZ Phantom Gundam yet, but just by the photo reference, I like the Robot Damacy version better. The face on the XGUZ is slightly back. It lost the clear view and somehow doesn't look that good. The Robot Damacy is closer to the line art and better scale. I like the scale and design better than the XGUZ. For the articulations, it has a neck joint that allows it to move front and back. Rotation is available as there's nothing to interrupt the movement. I think everyone is familiar with the Gundams around the F91 to crossbone time. Their face can open, and of course, Ghost Gundam has that feature too. If you want to display with a different face, the parts can be swapped around. The process is not too hard. Just take off the forehead and the side of the head, and you can choose the face that you want to display. You have 4 faces in total. Normal face, one with the aiming patch, one with heat vent open, and one with heat vent open and aiming patch. If you want to display the latter two, you got the head armor that goes with it too. Do remember, just because you can swap face doesn't mean you should always do it. The parts are already quite loose, so avoid doing it frequently. As for the chest, I really like the Ghost Gundam design, a cross with the skull head on the front. For the articulations, rotation is okay but limited. But to be fair for a minute, setting the rotation to a limited range does help you to avoid scratch the coating. The cockpit has its own movement too, but it's for the MA transformation. There's 0 side-to-side movement, but front and back is kept within enough range. The shoulders and arms are probably my main complaint. It's a good thing Bandai thought about the transformation. However, the shoulders and arms already came with a loose feeling. Starting with the shoulders, to make sure the transformation can be done without swapping parts, the shoulders are designed differently. It can move up and down by its own, but when you move it, you often accidentally unlock the transformation gimmick. This is quite annoying, but the more annoying thing is I'm not sure why they chose ball joint. Not only the ball joint is limiting the arms are unable to use the extra space on the side of the shoulders and arms. This is a ball joint mate. You play with it a little too hard and the whole arm falls off. For the arms, it can still perform a windmill lifting. It's a standard 90, but it's a shame that the extra space gone to waste. Front and back is excellent. The rotation of the arms comes with two, one on the top and one on the forearm. Bending is double joint as usual, but can't really touch the shoulders due to the armor size. Hand options comes with three, a pair of fist hands, weapon holding hands, and open hands. Ghost Gundam has two handheld weapons. The first one is Kujaku, basically Murasama Blaster and Peacock Smasher combined together. If you want to see the full Murasama Blaster, you got effect parts to do so. Here comes the front part. You can rotate the handle and move the parts out, then you'll get the Peacock Smasher. It's a little sad that you don't have a true shooting effect, but I think this is close enough. Not too bad. The second weapon is the Flame Sword. You might be thinking this thing looks so weak because it's not the final form. Here you go, this is how it's supposed to look like. Really cool, right? If you don't want to use them, you can just put them inside the binders. Let's look at the waist. The front skirts are separated and each of them can flip pretty high. Side skirts, or you can just call them the binders, they move to the side with not a good range, but you can move them to the front and back, which means it won't affect the legs articulations. By the way, if you remove the Flame Sword and the red part on the binders, you can equip a new part and Ghost Gundam can post with an irregular pattern beam attack. This is so cool and I really love it. Back skirts are just the same as the front skirts. The angle is close to 90, so it's enough to let the legs move. The legs are very obvious. If I try to lie to you that Ghost Gundam has no relevance to the F91 and Crossbone designs, it's impossible. The legs look really similar to the Formula Project Gundams. I always think they got the best leg designs. For the articulations, due to the frame has an extra joint inside the waist, front kick is over 90, side kick is over 90, despite it's a ball joint. Back kick is another 90. Knee bend is a U shape. Very good. Ankle armor got its own movement, but you won't use it anyway. The whole foot can move front and back. The tip got the movement too. Side to side is a little bit, and the rotation is a full 360 thanks to the foot joint design. Allow me to quickly go through the wings before I move on to the interesting part. You see the wings are super close to V2. They move like V2's wings too. The bottom part has a separate joint. I don't trust ball joints no matter how stable they felt like right now. Moving up and down is available, but when you try to move the wings side to side, you can clearly feel the loose feeling again. Thank you for your patience. You're now watching the main reason why you buy the Ghost Gundam. The Phantom Light, or I like to nickname it as Flame On. You should know that reference. The first time I looked at the menu, I was thinking it's gonna be hassle for sure, but it's actually not that bad once you know what you're swapping. Starting from the head, remember the face can be swapped, right? Do the exact same thing. Put the face with the heat fans on and swap the forehead. Remove the skull head piece on the chest and replace it with the one with the flames. Now, use the red tool in the box and remove the white part on the forearms. Be very careful not to lose it and equip the new flame part on. Next, remove the red part in the wings and put this huge effect part in. Use the red tool again and remove the white part on the waist, then stick the new flame part in. Same thing for the binders. Remove the red part and put the large effect part in. Lastly, remove the white part inside the knees and the red part on the back of the legs. Put in your effect parts and done. Oh wait, there's another thing that I need to put in. The cooling cartridges. I'm sure a lot of you don't know what is this. I had to ask my good friend Gundam Facts to know what this is. Quick law section. Phantom Light will overload the furnace, so instead of manually reloading like how Phantom Gundam works, Ghost will have cooling cartridges to constantly cool down the Gundam to make sure it remains functionable. There you go, this is the full Phantom Light. There are some problems. First, I cannot push in the head armor no matter how many times I tried, which ended up a gap now. Because there's a gap, the forehead piece cannot stay in place. Secondly, it became heavy now, so I don't recommend you to put it onto a display base unless you know the base can handle the weight. Lastly, you need to make sure you know where you keep your parts. There's a lot of parts got swapped. Other than the Phantom Light, Ghost Gundam is famous with the weird transformation, so allow me just quickly show you how to do it. This is the look of the MA mode. Pretty weird, isn't it? You can add phantom light onto the MA mode too, but only limited to chest, shoulders, waist, back of the legs, and the wings. We are coming to the end. I honestly feel like despite XGUZ is an option for people, I still encourage you, if you have the access and money, buy the Robot Damacy instead. You won't regret it. This is probably the best QC that I received, so I'm extremely lucky. Let me list out something for people to consider. You only need to consider Robot Damacy Ghost Gundam if you're looking for a stable transformation, since RD has screws inside the joint which ensure the stability and consistency. Don't lie to yourself, this is not something XGUZ can provide, so that's one of the two benefits of the RD version. The second benefit is obviously the finish. The silver is not plated, so you don't need to worry about dust and fingerprints. Personally, the coating is extremely well done this time, so that's the second benefit. Whether RD or XGUZ, they are P-band die anyway, so you just need to choose it based on your budget and preference. Get real for a second. I know people choosing XGUZ anyway. I chose my Phantom Gundam as XGUZ too. With the honest opinion, no matter what version you're about to buy, please remember, don't swap the Phantom Light and MA mode frequently. At the end of the day, it's still plastic, it will get loose. Yes, RD has screws inside the joint, but not every single joint has it. Thanks for watching. Do you like the review? Remember to subscribe and hit the bell next to it. Sugo Toys is the best, so thanks for the Ghost Gundam. Please check them out. Join my Discord. See you in the next video. Goodbye.